Today we're going to take a look into the assault rifle class with the Tar21 and the Famas G2. Both of these weapons are pretty amazing pieces, but which one handles itself the best? Well, let's dive right in here and find out. Hey guys, Teiwaz here, back with another Ironsight gun review. Like I mentioned, today we're going to be checking out the Tar21 versus the Famas G2, both of which are pretty awesome assault rifles, but which one should you put your time and energy into? With these two, that's not an easy question to answer. Let's go take a look at their stats. And as you can see, the Tar has a little bit more damage, control, and range than the Famas, where the Famas has a bit faster of a fire rate over the Tar21. The statistical differences between these two are pretty small, but they are noticeable. While using these two, it did feel as though the Tar was dropping players from a bit further of a distance compared to the Famas. As for damage, they're pretty similar, which we'll get into just in a little bit here with Crash Test Tay. When it comes to attachments, neither of these weapons can use an extended magazine, which is kind of a bummer. However, if you're into laser sights, like I know some of you are, then the Tar21 is the weapon you'd want to unlock. Unlike the Famas, the Tar21 can use a laser sight. So if you're all about that hipfire life, then the Tar might be one for you to look into. Alright, let's move right into the testing. Our first test here is their natural spray, without any attachments. As you can see, the Famas pretty much goes straight north. It's got a little bit of a kick to the right, but it's nothing drastic. As for the Tar21, it travels consistently upwards and to the right. In my opinion, this little difference makes the Famas a bit of an easier handling weapon, without any of the attachments of course. Since both of these weapons like to travel upwards, I thought we should take a look at them with the compensator, which reduces the upwards travel of your recoil. For me personally, this is one of my staple attachments. Along with the modified rifling, I use it on almost all of my weapons. So as you can see, the spray is reduced just a tiny bit. Now some of you guys really don't seem to notice the benefits from the compensator, and they are very small, so if you'd prefer to grind out the silencer and use that instead, it's also a very viable attachment. After the last video we did where we tested the silencer and realized it really has no negative effects at all, the silencer is a great replacement if you're not feeling any of those benefits from the compensator. Let's move along to the damage tests. The last video I did, one of you guys left a great suggestion in the comments. For these damage tests, I should be using the monitoring sight. That way I can be as precise as possible with the distances. So thank you very much Steven for your suggestion, and in this video we'll be using the monitoring sights to get that exact range. Other than the monitoring sight though, I'm not going to use any attachments, so nothing should interfere with our damage potential. At 10 meters, it only takes 4 shots to drop someone with the Famas. Moving on to the 15 meter mark, it takes 5 shots. And at 20 meters, it takes 6 shots. Now, at the beginning of the video, I told you that I thought the Tar was taking players out from a bit further of a distance, so I wanted to test it out. At the range of 10 meters, their damage output was pretty much identical. They both dropped their targets with 4 shots. Not much of a difference so far, however, when we move back to the 15 meter mark, the difference really emerges. The Famas took 5 shots to take out the target, where the Tar still managed to do it in just 4. When we hit the 20 meter mark, it only takes 5 shots with the Tar to take out the player versus the Famas' 6 shots. After doing a little bit of testing on Crash Test Tay, I've discovered that the effective range of the Famas is 14 meters. Anything after that, it will take more than 4 shots to drop your opponent. As for the Tar, it has a much further effective range of 18 meters. With the Tar, you can be up to 18 meters away from your enemy and still drop them with 4 hits. So that 4 meters is actually a pretty big deal. With an effective range of 18 meters, you can outgun anyone running with an SMG, Famas, and even the M4, but that's about it. All the other assault rifles in the class have a higher range stat than the Tar, in comparison to something like the AUG A3 or the HK417, which both have a range stat of 68 points. Those points translate into an effective range of 27 meters, so at 27 meters you'll be able to take out your target with only 4 rounds, where the Tar takes 6 rounds at 27 meters. Earlier I said that the modified rifling is one of my staple attachments, so let's take a look at how it helped performance. The stock Famas had an effective range of only 14 meters. Once the modified rifling attachment was added though, it increased its range up to 16 meters. The same benefit was seen by the Tar21. After attaching the modified rifling, the Tar's effective range was increased from 18 to 20 meters. Now this increase might not seem like a lot, but for me it makes a world of difference in the mid-ranged fights. Alright guys and gals, that was the Tar21 versus the Famas G2. For me personally, I really did enjoy using both, however that range advantage with the Tar was incredibly nice. I found myself wanting to use the Tar more so than the Famas when I was just dicking around. Though it doesn't have the furthest reach of any of the assault rifles, it's still a lot of fun to play with, and it could outrange almost all of the SMGs on the field. Just keep in mind that most of the other assault rifles in the game will have a longer reach than you. If you're using the TAR or the Famas, you should try to stick to the closer ranges and not get into any of those long-ranged fights with the semi-autos. With all that being said, what do you guys think? Are you fans of the Famas or the TAR? Drop your comments down below and let me know which is your preferred weapon, and why you prefer what you do. Alright guys, I hope this video helped you out a little bit. With that being said, I'm gonna get out of here and get back to work. Have a great rest of your day, or night I suppose, depending where you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next one. Later!